Thug Life movie summary. The film begins with the protagonist, Sakthi, in a green field, facing somebody in a fight, describing his relationship with Lord Yam, who killed his mother when Sakthi was young, from when he had become a thug and a one-man yakuza. In 1994, in Old Delhi, gang leader Sadanand Yadav meets with rival kingpins Rangaraya Manickam Manickavale and his younger brother, and co-leader Rangaraya Sakthivale to discuss a truce between them after years of rivalry. However, unbeknownst to Manickam and Sakthivale, Sadanand later invalidates the truce by orchestrating a shootout involving the Delhi police. The ensuing tussle results in the death of a newspaper deliveryman caught in the crossfire when he is unknowingly shot by Manickam, leaving his children, Amran and Chandra, separated. Sakthivale believes Amran shielded him during the chaos. Moved by the incident after learning that Amran's father was a newspaper delivery man, Sakthivale adopts him and raises him as his own son, while promising Amran that he will find Chandra. In 2016, Manikkam's daughter, Shanti, dies by suicide after being cheated by Sadanand's nephew, Ranvijay Yadav. In retaliation, Amran captures Ranvijay, who Sakthivale kills. As a result, Sakthivale is imprisoned, leaving Amran in charge of the empire. Later, Manickam and Amran meet Sadanand, who proposes a peace deal again. He will enter politics, and Amran can take over his business territories. Though initially displeased, Sakthivale eventually accepts the arrangement and is released from prison. Upon his return, he approves of his daughter Mangai's relationship with Naga, son of his henchman Sivaguru, and arranges their wedding. During the ceremony, he observes the shifting dynamics of his empire, with everyone now treating Amran as the leader, concerning him as he thinks Amran might overthrow him. While traveling with his gang, Sakthivale narrowly survives an assassination attempt by henchmen of Deepak, Ranvijay's older brother, who swears to avenge his brother's death by finishing Sakthivale, despite Sadanand's reluctance due to their deal. Sakthivale is admitted to the hospital, where he meets Inspector Jai Royappa, who tries to ask him about the gang war. After the incident, Sakthivale begins to suspect Amran, due to his absence during the attack, and eventually confronts him, deeply unsettling Amran. Sakthivale's wife Jiva tells him that Amran was with them at that time and Mangai was pregnant, but she ended up in miscarriage. Meanwhile, Manickam and others in the gang, Amburaj, Kehluya, and Pathros, become wary of Sakthivale's constant suspicions of them and his interference in the gang's operations, and decide to overthrow him. They manipulate Amran by falsely claiming that Sakthivale was responsible for his father's death during the 1994 shootout, convincing him to join their plot. Seeking peace, Sakthivale travels to Hilsa, Nepal, on the way to Mount Kailash, with them, unaware that another assassination attempt awaits him. Amran joins the conspirators and throws Sakthivale off a cliff, believing he has killed him. Upon returning, the gang declares Amran as the new Sakthivale. However, it is revealed that Sakthivale has survived the fall and heads towards a nearby Buddhist monastery, narrowly escaping an avalanche. 2 years later, Sakthivale returns to Delhi, cold, calculated, and vengeful, having learnt martial arts from Nepali monks to aid in his quest. He learns that Jiva has suffered traumatic memory loss due to the hysteria of learning about his supposed death and the subsequent manhandling by Manickam. Sakthivale then travels to Tiruchendur, where Jiva and Mangai now live, and gets distraught upon seeing his wife in a pitiable condition, to the point that she is unable to remember who he is, prompting him to avenge his betrayers. He then proceeds to eliminate them one by one. He kills Amburaj by pushing his head against a helicopter's rotors, Pathros by pushing him in front of a running train, and Manickam by shooting him and pushing him off a bridge. Only Amran and Kehluya remain. Kehluya surrenders to Sakthivale and acts as his spy to track Amran. However, Amran soon discovers this and kills him. Sakthivale meets Inspector Jai Royappa, making a deal with him that Saktivel will give all the important political and business contacts to Jay to expose corruption, while Jay will let Saktivel kill Amran for his revenge. Saktivel later contacts Indrani, his mistress, who is now with Amran in a one-sided relationship. However, Deepak kills her in a controlled bomb blast made for Amran, devastating both Saktivel and Amran. Whilst trying to save her, Saktivel is injured when a ceiling collapses on him. He is rescued by Inspector Jay Royappa and taken to his house. During his recovery, Saktivel is treated by Dr. Anna, who is revealed to be Amran's long-lost sister, Chandra, the one separated during the 1994 shootout. Saktivel summons Amran to the location of the original shootout. There, the two engage in a one-on-one fight. As the battle ends, Saktivel convinces Amran that he was not responsible for his father's death, making Amran realize his mistake, while Chandra arrives at the scene with Jay after having learnt of her long-lost brother's whereabouts from Saktivel. Just when Amran and Chandra are about to reunite as siblings, Deepak intervenes and fires a shot at Amran. Saktivel shields him, but the bullet fatally wounds Amran. Saktivel kills Deepak and tries to revive Amran, but he dies from his injuries, with his last words being "my little Chandra," leaving both Saktivel and Chandra devastated. Saktivel later reflects on how death has haunted him throughout his life. Taking his mother during childbirth, his elder brother through betrayal, and now Amran, who was like a son to him. Years later, Saktivel, now a farmer, in the same field, shown in the beginning, and having given up his gangster life, lives with Jiva, who still does not recognize him, Mangai, and others peacefully in a village with their young grandson, also named Saktivel. The film ends with Jiva fondly calling her grandson Dei Saktivel, "Hey Saktivel," the same affectionate term she once used for the elder Saktivel.